do value chains work? Well, I think the best is to take a couple examples. We have two examples, one from the medtech space and one from the climate tech space of teams that are in the VentureWell e-team portfolio. So let's start with the innovators from InSync, and they are developing and have developed a non-invasive monitoring device that assesses respiratory efforts. And it's for pediatric patients, but to help guide physicians in making certain decisions. So let's look at InSync's value chain. All right, so you've got the product flowing again from left to right, and then money flowing from right to left. Where is that exchange of value? So you can see on the very left side, there's the medical device original equipment manufacturer, or OEM. And then InSync is right there. So after the OEM develops the product, manufactures it, then InSync inserts their device, and then they sell it to the approved vendor for the hospitals. And then, there's a capital purchasing technician at those hospitals. So you can see that they're on the early part, the upstream part of the value chain. And then there's the healthcare providers, and then to the patient. So even though InSync is at the early part of the chain, they need to know everybody downstream of them all the way to the end user, to the patient. And we can't forget about the insurers and payers. So we get questions sometimes, are value chains, just flowing on one line? No, that's not always the case. So think about others that are influencing this, such as regulatory or payers, and how they come into the chain as well. So let's take another example, and this is the team AeroShield, and they are developing a super insulating transparent insert for windows. And really their value is they provide the performance of a triple pane at the cost of a double pane window. So this team out of MIT, they developed their value chain map, and they also are on the upstream part of the flow of the product, right? So they're working with this unique material, the silica aerogel, and then AeroShield comes in before the glass manufacturer. So they insert their piece, and then they sell it to the glass manufacturer, and then you can see the product moving through to the window company, hardware store, contractor, and then ultimately to the commercial property owner. So again, AeroShield needs to be aware of all those other stakeholders on the value chain, create relationships with them, talk to them, and understand how the money flows through.